In the beginning, the universe was waste and void. And then there was a flash of light, and the universe was full of matter and vapors and other flotsams and jetsams. The jetsams and the flotsams, with little assistance from the vapors and the matters, coalesced into a single-celled amoeba, which shuffled and oozed its way about the young Earth for a few million years. Eventually, it got bored of simply writhing around and multiplying in an uninspiring and sexless fashion, so it began to change, becoming the various creatures of Earth. First fish, then reptiles, then birds. And after several steps in between, the first primate slouched into existence. They roamed the forest, climbing trees, and eating bananas. They began to adapt, discovering tools, language, and art, ushering in the age of humankind. Humans quickly began to evolve, developing societies and civilizations, waging war, and making scientific discoveries. Then, in the era known by historians as the 80s, a new species branched off of humanity. This species, composed of young, urban professionals, was dubbed the Yuppie sapiens, and it is generally considered to be one of the great bad ideas on the part of evolution. The Yuppie's primary drive is the amassing of personal capital and advancement. His sustenance is the promotion. The natural habitats for the Yuppie can be found in Midtown Manhattan, the financial district, and Williamsburg. He enjoys the co-working space by day and the sports bar by night. But don't take it from me. Let's see what the Yuppie has to say for himself.
Hello, my name is Mr. Yuppie. It's great to be here in Fractured Reality's virtual environment. You know, I used to date a lot of virtual women. They all told me the same thing. They said I was too conceited, and so they broke up with me. And I wrote this song about it. When a Yuppie gets the blues, he'll make you feel it too. When a Yuppie gets the blues, he'll make you feel it too. A Yuppie gets the blues when the numbers don't add up. A Yuppie gets the blues when his cocaine's far too cut. A Yuppie gets the blues when he's alone in bed. A Yuppie gets the blues when he's far too in his head. When a Yuppie gets the blues, he'll make you feel it too. When a Yuppie gets the blues, he'll make you feel it too. When a Yuppie gets the blues, he'll make you feel it too. I get bent out of shape when my khakis get all frayed. I get bent out of shape when the L train is delayed. I get bent out of shape when the music's way too weird. When I'm just trying to get one drink in Greenwich Village. Does it have to be so? When a Yuppie gets the blues, he'll make you feel it too. When a Yuppie gets the blues, he'll make you feel it too.
I'm alone in a bar in Midtown Manhattan. The day is done. The Dow Jones Industrial Average lost 200 points. Don't even ask me about the NASDAQ. All the bars around Penn Station look the same. Sterile, plasticky, expensive. My kind of place. I'll take a Jello shot and close out. I check my watch. Almost time. It's not that I mind commuting to Montclair, New Jersey and back every day. I just mind the people. The way they look. The way they smell. The disorganization. I finish my drink. I stand up and adjust my creases. Perfect. I hear laughter. I look around. If there's one thing I hate, it's when I don't get the joke. Who's laughing? Not the couple on the Tinder date. They're too preoccupied setting up other Tinder dates. It's not the broke Yuppie in the corner. He didn't have the decency to jump off a building in the crash of '08. Thank God I chose to short those stocks. This memory always lifts my mood. I get up chuckling to myself, and as I move to leave, I spy the culprit. All alone, staring at me, laughing, is the most beautiful creature I've ever seen. Immaculate suit, hair parted as if by Moses, and eyes that seem to bore right through your wallet. The angel, grinning at me, gestures for me to come over. I know if I delay, I'll miss my train, but I just can't help myself. I sit down and the angel in front of me leans in real close and says, "You know, I've got a beautiful one-bedroom apartment in Williamsburg that I think would be perfect for you. The neighborhood is very up and coming. Together, we can make it a Yuppie paradise."
I was living somewhere strange in a place with no Whole Foods. I sought to make a change somewhere closer to my dudes. Enter my messiah, this landlord's got a place for you. He said, sign right here, my friend, this condo's too good to be true. I feel so satisfied when my landlord comes. I feel so good inside when my landlord comes. Everybody hides when their landlord comes. I swell up with pride when the landlord comes. He showed me around the pad, but my eyes were all for him. The way he clutched the leads, the danger in his grin. I tried to tell him thanks, but my words just felt so thin. I reached out and grabbed a pen. I said, where do I begin? On the 2nd of the month, I look forward to the 1st. For when I see my landlord, my heart nearly bursts. Any day I'm waiting is a blessing and a curse. The sorrow of our parting is the bitterest on earth. I feel so satisfied when my landlord comes. I feel so good inside when my landlord comes. Everybody hides when their landlord comes. I swell up with pride when my landlord comes. Now when I see my landlord, a chill goes up my spine. He's here for all of us, you know, but in my dreams, he's always mine. When he's knocking at the door, when it's finally his time, I pay him more than rent, you know, I think of him all the time. I feel so satisfied when my landlord comes. I feel so good inside when my landlord comes. Everybody hides when the landlord comes. I swell up with pride when my landlord comes.
I'm on a date. The restaurant is called The Farmer's Lover. It's sort of rustic bourgeois. My date shows up 2 minutes late. Already a red flag. I'm a stickler for punctuality. We greet each other, and I hold out a chair for her, and I use the move that gets me laid every time. I start to talk about myself. As her eyes glaze over in admiration, I tell her about the awful day I had before this date. This is what I say. It was a lovely yuppie morning. I was dreaming lovely yuppie dreams full of money and influence and business cards. I'm jolted awake by the most terrifying sound imaginable. L-train construction. There's a jackhammer in my skull and the rats have surfaced to gnaw at my soul. How can they do this to me? Don't I pay enough rent? I put on my favorite Hugo Boss khakis. Check the creases. They're gone. Acting swiftly, I put my pants out of their misery. They're useless to me now. It would be cruel to relegate them to the back of the drawer. I'm at work. My job entails moving unbelievable amounts of money from one stock to another. Somehow this generates even more unbelievable amounts of money. I have a daydream. I'm in the middle of the desert hauling huge boxes of $100 bills from one truck to another. My palms are calloused. There's sweat on my brow. If anyone at the office found out about this, they'd laugh me right out of work. 5 o'clock. Work is over. I go home to shave. When I shave, I really shave. I shave my face, my chest, and my jewelry. Body must be clean, organized, controlled. I'm almost finished. There's one last hair. I'm about to strike, but my hand won't move. I stare at the hair. It stares back. It tells me my body is full of tissues, organs, systems beyond my control. No matter what I do, my body is chaotic. I move the blade to a point just above my left nipple. Acting swiftly, I saw a window into my insides. Grasping firmly, I remove my intestines, my liver, my spleen, and my heart. All the unnecessary strings and tubes that make my body a disorganized sack of excrement. I close the door. Much better. I cut away the final hair without so much as a tremor. At this point in the story, I pause to let my date express her admiration. Her head has been in her hands. Much to my surprise, she stands up. She calls me pathetic, disinterested, ungraceful. I protest. There must be some kind of misunderstanding. I show her my bank balance. I hand her my credit card. And as she turns to leave, I fall to my knees, shouting for the waiter to bring his best Chardonnay. My date turns around, and I smile. Women love Chardonnay. She takes a step forward. She leans over real close and says, "Mr. Yuppie, fuck you."
It's winter, it's New York. I get up, go to work, nothing to do, nothing to call my own. It's so cold, I need a coat. I go out, Brooks Brothers, nowhere to go, nowhere to call my home. There is love everywhere. I crease my pants, I part my hair, no one to love. 'Cause I'm a yuppie with nowhere to go. A yuppie with no one to love. At work again, I do the math, I read the news, I count my cash. What's it for? I'll never buy everything. I'm on the train, I look around. Heads are buried in their phones. No one sees, they all remind me of me. 'Cause I'm a yuppie with nowhere to go. A yuppie with no one to love. The market tanks, my stocks all crash. I lose my money, I lose my cash. Nothing left, nothing to weigh me down. I'm on ledge, I look around. No one answers from the ground. No one left. 'Cause I'm a yuppie with nowhere to go. A yuppie with no one to love. A yuppie with nowhere to go. A yuppie with no one to love. I almost jumped, but then I remembered my trust fund. I completely forgot about my trust fund. How could I have been so stupid? I went to bed that morning feeling brim with possibilities about what I could do the next day. But I had a surprise in store for me. The next day I woke up to find that everything I touched turned to gold and died. My bed sheets, my coffee, even the street. And I became very, very rich. I woke one lovely yuppie morning. My sheets, they felt so cold. I found my lovely yuppie bedspread had turned to hard-done gold. I bought some creamy yuppie coffee from the Starbucks down the street. The coffee tasted kind of funny. It had changed just like my sheets. Everything I touch turns to gold and withers. Everything I touch turns to gold and dies. Everything I touch turns to gold and withers. Everything I touch turns to gold and dies. I checked my lovely yuppie Rolex. I thought I was running late. The glass was not transparent. No tick, no talk, just gold. That's okay, actually. My Rolex was already gold. I decided I'd just walk to work, but the sidewalk seemed so strange. Ahead I saw the pavement, behind a golden plane. I met a lovely other yuppie in the lobby of Goldman Sachs. She had a lovely yuppie puppy, so I bent to give it a scratch. Everything I touch turns to gold and withers. Everything I touch turns to gold and dies. Everything I touch turns to gold and withers. Everything I touch turns to gold and dies. The yuppie puppy turned to gold. The yuppie puppy died. We sold the puppy for a fortune and moved to Westchester. I kissed my lovely yuppie lover. She kissed me full and sweet. And now we're two golden yuppie statues on Wall Street.